What's up, guys? It's been a while. It's been about 5 days since my last video. So I believe now we're on day 22 through to day 26. It's day 26. So let's start off with the multiple weigh-ins. I've put them all together in a little edit here. So we'll start with 3, 2, 1. Now we'll do the steps. 3, 2, 1. Cool. Yeah, so as I said, it's been about 5 days since my last video, and yeah, let's talk about it. I have been knee deep in the filth, fellas and ladies, if there's any ladies watching, but I think it's mainly fellas, so I'm going to stick with that. I've been knee deep in the filth, fellas. I have been smoking cigs, smoking weed, porn, everything. I'm not going to sit here and say I haven't been doing those things, because I have. And it doesn't feel great. It's not like this, you know, a lot of the self-improvement channels you see will make it out like, oh, you must get out of this kind of thing, you know, it's not good, it's a terrible place to be. And while I agree with certain aspects of that, I think every now and again you got to do it just to remind yourself of how shitty you can feel. Or and not necessarily just how shitty you can feel, but the good aspects to it too. I mean, there is, apart from the cancers and everything else that cigarettes cause, there is a certain little brain hit you get off them. It's a nice little social thing to do. I haven't been doing it socially that much, aside from work, but there is that nice social thing, and you do get a like a bit of a nicotine rush, let's say. But yeah, I've been doing it way too often. And I think it's time to stop that little experiment. So yeah, I've got 1 cig left, and I'd like to stop after that. So I'll be updating here for the next 4 days or whatever that I'm on this check-in thing. Probably beyond that too. I don't know what my schedule is going to be like with doing videos going forward, but I do know that I want to keep doing them, regardless if they get views or not. I think it's a good practice. But other than that, yeah, as you can see, my weight has been pretty much either staying the same or going up slightly. It's essentially the same as when I started this challenge, which isn't what I foresaw. You know, when I started this challenge, well, and I call it a challenge too. It's like I've got to get out of that mindset of calling everything a challenge. It's like I'm doing this 30-day experiment, let's say. And it started off as one thing, and now it's just gone into me talking about certain issues I'm having and whatnot. But that's fine, you know. It's all part of life, my friends. But yeah, so I had this idea where it was like, oh well, by the end of the 30 days, I'm going to be jacked. I'm going to be like 88 kilos, and fucking bicep veins will be popping and all this shit, but obviously that's not the case, and that's alright. These things happen. I honestly think that I got a bit too much in my head with the whole have to do this, have to have this certain goal weight, all this kind of stuff. It's good to have goals, but if I look at all the past times in my life that I've actually lost weight and achieved what I've wanted to achieve and things like this, I've noticed a theme, and the theme is usually I'm not focused on those specific things. They just come through the act of me actually going out and living my life, which, to be honest with you guys, the past month I don't feel like I've been doing. There's been a lot of stagnation. There's been a hell of a lot of, and I might get into it a bit on this video, but there's been a hell of a lot of just consuming, not producing, which is something I did talk about in past videos. This idea of, and a lot of people are guilty of doing it, where we're in the society now where it's just, there's so much content, man. Like, I go on YouTube and I swear there's like from creators I might watch, there is like, they have like a new video out every bloody second day about something else. And I don't know if you've noticed, but it's like a trend. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but everyone will be doing the same video as the other person with the same kind of title, same kind of thoughts throughout the video. Like, nothing's new. Like we're all just spouting the same kind of ideas. And I don't know, I feel like it's a problem. I feel like really the main problem, at least with me personally, you guys watching might think differently, but my main problem is that, yeah, I consume way too much content just in general, because I do find some things genuinely interesting. But I think maybe it's about 20% me finding things genuinely interesting, and the other 80% is just trying to distract myself from actually fixing the problems I know I need to fix in my life. It's very convenient to do that nowadays with all the social media platforms and just this online world that we have now. It's so easy to put yourself knee deep into this content, into like drama between certain creators you're never going to meet, you don't know. All this drama. There's a lot of drama nowadays too, where it's just people have whole YouTube careers off talking about other people, why they're failing, what's their downfall. You know, you'll see the rise and fall of this person. You see a bunch of those videos out. Why social media sucks nowadays, why everything feels hollow, and, you know, like all those titles, like the same kind of stuff I talk about in my videos. Like, we're all doing it, and I don't think it's going to end well. I don't know, I just feel like it's not conducive to the species. It's not species like I'm some bloody Darwinist here, but like it's not conductive to society to have this much shit out there that we're all just sitting at home mentally gooning to, but we're not actually doing anything in our own lives. Like, and I've been guilty of it too, where you'll be with your significant other, you've got headphones in or earphones in another world, listening to some drama about someone in a country fucking 10,000 miles away that did this certain thing to another person, and you'll watch a 30-minute video, you'll waste 30 minutes of your life looking at it, and then afterwards you'll be like, that was mildly interesting, but what was the point? What is the fucking point of watching that? I don't know. I know that it's just a convenient distraction. I'm not taking that information and using it to make my life better. And I'm not saying you always have to. I understand entertainment, and sometimes you do just want to unwind, but that shit's not helping to unwind either. If anything, it's getting you more agitated. You get angry at someone you never even met, you don't know personally, you don't really know the whole story of their life, but yet we'll sit there and then we'll leave comments, and then people will argue in internet comments. Like, it's fucking nuts, man. So I've been thinking lately, like, maybe I just need to take a break from all of it, and just, as hard as it would be, not consume much of anything. You know, maybe just consume, you know, history videos. It's the only thing I can kind of look at where I go, well, at least that's entertaining, and you're also learning something that's factual. You're not involving yourself in drama and bringing up all these other necessarily negative emotions that don't actually help you. History is kind of, when you look at a history video, like I watched one recently about an extinction event, volcanic eruption in, I think it was like 536 AD, where these guys, they looked at all the trees that were because they can date trees based on the rings in the trees, and they were looking at all these rings, and they noticed that on all the trees across the world around the time between 535 and 545 AD, all the rings were really close together, which indicated that the trees didn't really go through much growth during that process. And it was like this on, like, worldwide. And then they took some ice from the polar ice caps, and they can date ice the similar kind of way. And then they noticed that in that ice there was a bunch of like around that 535 to 545 AD time frame, they actually found a bunch of sulfate, like really high concentrate of sulfate in the ice at that time, which would indicate there was some kind of eruption. And it was really interesting just learning about pretty much this eruption blocked out the whole sun. People were in darkness for fucking years, decades even. And then, you know, there were accounts from people who lived during that time saying like the sun has been blacked out by the god, like there's this, the gods are angry at us kind of thing, you know. But like that shit's cool, you know, and it's not, I'm not getting all worked up about some dude going off at a McDonald's fast food employee and wanting to fucking punch the dude in the back of it. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? It's not a negative kind of angry emotion that's getting brought out of me. It's an emotion of wonder, and it invokes a sense of wonder, which I think is a good thing for just all your life in general. I feel like we don't have enough of that lately. And in me kind of involving myself in the filth and just going headfirst into it, you know, it's the same with porn. You just realize, like, it's fucking some terrible stuff, man. It's like just chicks sucking on things way too big, not even dicks, just like weird things. And the videos now before the porn ads are like, are you tired of beating your meat? Try AI girls. Beat your meat to, like, what? AI girls? We're beating our meat to AI people now? Like, holy shit, dude. Wow. It's nuts, man. It's nuts. But yeah, so I just feel like, well, there's just way too much content now. I get overwhelmed when I open up YouTube, and I can spend a whole day just going through that shit and then getting nothing done in my life. And slowly our days are going down, and we're losing those days. We can't get those days back, you know. So I'm just like thinking, man, something has to change with that, you know. I have to consume less, produce more, is really the the conclusion that I come to. But yeah, I don't know. Hey, maybe you guys feel the same. Let me know in the comments if you kind of feel that similar thing of it's just like there's just way too much out there now. Way too many videos. There's way too many games. There's way too many games. I cannot keep up with the amount of games that have come out that look interesting, that I do want to play, you know? Like Doom the Dark Ages, that came out a while ago. I can't, not to mention I can't really afford it, but at the same time, even if I could, do I want to buy it? I have games that I bought like 2 years ago that I still haven't even gotten to playing, let alone passing. Like, it's nuts. I remember when I was a kid, you'd have 1 or 2 games that, you know, your parents would buy for you for Christmas or birthday, and you'd play the shit out of those games, man. You'd keep playing them. But now it's like there's a new game out every bloody day, it feels like, or every second day. And you can't keep up. You can't keep up. You can't keep up with all of the content that's just out there. It's nuts. You know, it's a good time if you're a gooner who just wants to live his life that way and just plug into the network, essentially. Pop your cable in and just unplug from the world and plug into this new, like, online reality. But me personally, I don't want to do that. I don't think it's going to be good for my life overall. And I can kind of, I knew that before, but I mean, it's even hard for me to fully synthesize my ideas I have because I'm just consuming all these other ideas. I have all this other input going into my head, like all this other noise, this digital noise just invading my head. And it's self-imposed. And I'm sure a lot of us do this. I know this is a common thing because I've seen other people talk about it in videos on YouTube, you know, like, which is crazy. It's like a vicious, like, it's just a circle that goes around, you know. But yeah, I've been knee deep in the filth, fellas. I have been. And there's certain aspects of it where I feel like, you know, I remember I watched a video on of Elisha Long, and I'm a member of his Discord, by the way, so if I mention him a lot, it's because I really do like his videos. But even his videos, like, there's just so much content. If I keep consuming all of it and don't actually do anything for myself, it's like, where am I actually going in my life? Like, I know that when I unplug and have my own thoughts, they're good, and I can connect with people and all this kind of stuff. But when I'm knee deep in this content filth, and not saying filth is it's bad content, but just an overload of it, my thoughts just don't get, like, I don't have any. Like, I just go through the day like a mindless tech zombie, just absorbing all this shit. Don't screen cap that shot, by the way, guys. But yeah, it's nuts, man. It's nuts. So, but like, like I know Eli was talking about in his videos of having too much input and you don't have your own thoughts, and I 100% agree with that. I think it's important to have your own thoughts and your own ways to solve things, and if you just keep consuming all different self-help videos, and I've been so guilty of this and still am to a certain extent, really, it doesn't improve your life. It really doesn't. It doesn't. It gives you ideas that you could use to improve your life, but you won't. More than likely you won't. Certain people do, but most people don't. Guys, I think the real thing that we need to do is just unplug from all this shit, to be honest. Like, crazy idea, but maybe the answers you have, what the answers are. We all know what the answers are. But we want to distract ourselves from those answers by filling our heads with useless answers to questions we never even asked. Like, I didn't ask to know about some drama with iDubbbz and all this shit that goes on, but yet my flood's filled with it, and I'll watch a video on it for like 25 minutes and be like, what was the point of that? Why did I do that? So I think the first step is just becoming conscious and aware of that, and then just not doing it. There's 2 steps to it. Become conscious and aware, and then stop doing it. Because if you don't, then it's just going to continue and nothing will change. And also doing, involving myself with the filth like I have it doesn't feel as good as you think it would. Maybe for the first day it does, but when you go through a whole weekend just essentially doing nothing but smoking cigs, smoking weed, and absorbing a countless amount of YouTube videos, you feel like you get to, now I've got work tomorrow, and I just get to the day feeling like, what the fuck did I just waste 3 days off doing? What? Absolutely nothing. I didn't get any further in any of my personal endeavors. What's the point, but I feel like, those experiments, or the putting yourself in that filth, is also necessary from time to time to remind yourself of how much it actually isn't fun. So anyway, I don't think I got too much else to talk about, but I will say this isn't me suddenly saying, I'm going to cut everything off and now I'm going to go back to tracking calories and doing all this shit. It's more just I need to go back to listening to what I actually want and stop consuming as much of other people's content. And I really think it's that simple. If you just do that one step, like if you cut your YouTube viewing in half even, you would definitely notice a difference. Now, if you completely cut YouTube out, or maybe you just watch a few videos a week, let's say 5 videos a week, dude, I think your life would be completely different. I honestly do. If you legitimately said, I'm going to watch 5 YouTube videos a week, and other than that, the only thing I'm going to watch is, say, like Simpsons episodes or something on TV, and no social media, like apart from maybe conversing with friends here and there, and that's it, and everything else was just doing what you want to do, drawing, pursuing your hobbies, gym, getting outside, working, and that's all, your life would be completely different than if when you get home you're just on a constant content consumption train. I really do believe that. I honestly believe that. So I think that's the next experiment I want to try out. Just consuming way less. And maybe not even producing that much. Maybe it just needs to be, okay, stop consuming for a bit. See how you feel. I think naturally you'll start wanting to produce shit from that stopping of consumption, because your brain's kind of switching. It's switching gears. It's going, well, hang on a second. There's no input coming in. I need to get input from somewhere else. Oh shit, well I guess I need to start producing some stuff so I have some input. So I'm getting the input from what I'm producing, which is really how it should be. But anyway, I'm going to cut the video now, go upstairs and have some dinner, and then get ready for the start of the working week tomorrow, ladies and gents. It is now Monday here, so my usual week is Tuesday to Friday. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of you already started the working week. So hope you have a good day tomorrow. Keep it simple. And just if there's anything you take away from this video, just think about your consumption of just media and videos and shit in general, and just think, oh, maybe you do a little experiment where you don't consume as much of it, because I honestly think it's too much nowadays, and it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get more in your face. It's only going to get pushed everywhere, where you can't even take like a train ride without getting ads pushed in your face or some shit. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm over dramatizing it, but we'll see. But other than that, yeah, that's all I got for today, guys. So yeah, day 26 check in, and I'll be here tomorrow for day 27. Although I did say that in the last video, and it's been 5 days, but more than likely I will be here day 27, guys. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and peace.